Good morning, Northmont Middle School. Today is February 2nd, 2016, and I'm Brendan Osuto.
And I'm Ty Tran, and you're watching the Nuts and Bolts Show.
Please stand for the pledge and dress code.
Hey Brandon, did you know that today is Groundhog Day?
Unfortunately,
Probably, but that's not important. What is important is groundhogs. Legend has it that a groundhog named Puxatawny Phil can predict weather, or we will continue to have cold weather. If he comes out on a cloudy day, then spring will come early. If it is sunny and he sees a shadow, he will burrow down and we'll have 6 more weeks of winter.
that is so unscientific.
Don't be such a nincompoop. It's totally scientific.
Really?
Yes, it's true, and I'll explain, but for now, let's read some announcements.
Okay. Hey, middle schoolers. If you haven't ordered a yearbook, you can still purchase them on the Northmont webpage. Yearbooks are only $40. We have less than 90 yearbooks left, so get yours before they are gone. Also, there will be a yearbook meeting of yearbook staff members on Wednesday, February 3rd from 3 to 3:45. Please pick up a letter from the media center if you plan to attend.
Oasis will meet on Friday this week in room 219.
There will be a meeting for all 8th graders interested in playing soccer next year at the high school on Wednesday at 7:45.
The competition has begun. Which team will win? Change for Change is a fundraiser to help build wells in southern Sudan and provide nets to combat malaria. Think about what you could give up for the next 2 weeks and donate that money to Change for Change. You want to put as much change in your team's bucket as many paper bills in other teams' buckets to subtract from their total. The winning team will win an advisory party sponsored by Student Council. Be the change you want to see in the world. Donate to Change for Change at lunch every day.
Social Connections Club will meet Thursday from 3 to 3:45 in room 141. If you are in homework club, you will be riding the bus home as usual when homework club is over. Otherwise, please remember you will need to be picked up by your parent at 3:45 in front of the school.
Attention yearbook members, if you haven't, please stop by the media center to pick up important information. Thank you. Any girl interested in playing softball this year needs to have a physical form on file on or before February 22nd. If you need a form, please go to the main office and respectfully ask one of the lovely secretaries for a copy. There will be an informational meeting next Wednesday, February 10th, during advisory in room 210. Please plan to attend. And here's a special announcement from Mrs. Spears.
Good morning, Northmont Middle School. Your Aspirations team has worked really hard to create these suggestion boxes. One has been placed on every team. For Team Courage is in Mrs. Cromick's room. For Team Integrity, Mrs. Turner. Team Tolerance, Mrs. Davis. Respect is Mrs. Cooper. Endurance is Mr. France. Optimism is Mrs. Mendrink. And Team Perseverance, it is in Mr. Ryan's room. What goes in the box? Well, if you would like to make suggestions or if you'd like to see some changes either on your team or in the middle school. Also, if you need help with a situation, you just fill out a piece of paper of your own and place it in the box. We'll check it bi-weekly and discuss the suggestions with your team teachers. Thanks.
Here's something rather unscientific, but pretty darn interesting.
What?
Book Fair is coming. Let's take a look at a preview of what you can find at Book Fair.
Meet Jack Sullivan. He's your average teenage kid in a not-so-average situation. This is Quint, Jack's dorky best friend and major geek.
June Del Toro, Jack's big crush.
She's smart, independent, and not really interested. And finally, there's Dirk Savage, A used to be middle school bully, now a protector and slayer of monsters. These are the last kids on Earth. Together, they form a small army of misfits ready for battle in the monster apocalypse. From their treehouse fort, they take on hordes of zombies, winged wretches, and an extremely large, drooling, slimy monster they call Blarg. It's end-of-world fun with wisecracking humor, hideous monsters, and masses of undead neighbors. Don't be the last kid to read The Last Kids on Earth at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Hey, did you know that the Boonshoft Museum has its own groundhog named Rosie?
I did not know, nor did I want to know. Besides, what happens if the two groundhogs had different predictions?
Oh, that's silly. That will never happen.
Whatever. But I wonder, what do groundhogs eat anyway?
Grubs, grasshoppers, insects, and snails. But why do you ask?
I couldn't think of a good transition to lunch.
Very well. Here are today's lunches.
Pop Danthology.
So, Brandon, do you want to hear a super, ultra, mega, duper, fat, super, uber factoid?
No.
I'm going to tell you anyways. Legend has it that Punxsutawney Phil is 130 years old and is predicting the weather since 1886.
That must be completely false, not only because that sounds very, very inaccurate, but also because groundhogs only live from 6 to 8 years.
You know what? Speaking of age, let's check birthdays. And maybe Brandon will grow up.
No.
You say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. They say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good time.
Happy birthday to Ashley Conti.
Indiana Beckus.
Happy birthday.
One, will you admit that all this groundhog nonsense is inaccurate and irrelevant?
When will you start being so negative?
I can't. Sorry, but that's impossible. The amount of sarcasm I produce on a daily basis prohibits such behavior.
Well, that's it, I guess. Don't forget to be kind,
Always trust in science. Be responsible.
hope for good weather, and be the best you can be, because that's the North Mountain way.
Have a tremendous Tuesday.